Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world. Today I'm going to focus on this particular stamp set. I think I've used it once before in a project, but I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to be using a colour combo that I saw on Facebook, which really inspired me. And that is using, this is called Shy Shamrock and Night of Navy. And I thought I would use this as an opportunity to look at some of our sort of basic techniques, because we get so carried away with all the fancy schmancy stuff. Sometimes it just is good to get back to basics. So this is what we're going to do. I've already put my stamps on some blocks, and this stamp set again is one I really like because it's got images, words, and if you look really closely it's got a dotty stamp, and I just love dotty stamps. So I'm gonna use the Inspired by You greeting, and I'm gonna stamp that first on my card, and then I can I know how much space I need for the rest of the things that I want to do on there. So I'm just going to pop that toward the bottom. There we go. And then we're going to do some tone-on-tone stamping. So what do I mean by that? That means I'm going to use the same colour ink as the cardstock. So that will give me like a texture, which is, if you follow me, you know that I love texture. So I've just got this little stamp. In fact, I'm going to fold this so I know where I can start and finish. And I'm just going to build myself up a border, and I'm just going to like stamp once, stamp twice, and that gives me what oh, excuse me, I call second generation stamping. Not everybody uses the same words, but hey, that's what works. That's what I call it anyway. So we're going to do like that and like that, because I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be putting my focal point at this moment. So that's tone-on-tone stamping. Right, so I've cut myself a couple of pieces of card. So I've got this one in the blue, and I've got another piece in the basic white, and I've really just cut it long enough for the for this particular stamp. I'm just going to come in a bit closer. Hope you don't get seasick. There we go. So I'm going to stamp it over here, and I'm going to use some of my markers to ink this up, because when you look, it's got the flowers and then it's got a stem and some leaves, and I want to be able to put those as different colors. So I'm going to start with my blue, and I'm going to use the brush end. So that's the end with the wider band, and then this thinner band down here is the writing end. So we're going to use the side of the brush to swipe up and add ink onto just the flowers. So let's just go around this little corner. There we go. Making sure I don't get any where the green is going to go. And by using the side, first of all, you don't mash the tip, and secondly, you cover the stamp a lot quicker. And you know, these are the techniques that I learned when I first started making cards and stamping. Oh, I think it was about 2006. Oh dear. If I think about it now, gosh, nearly 20 years. Then I'm going to bring in my green. So this is the same green as the card, Shy Shamrock. It's a bit tricky to say. Oops. Like that. There. Now, this ink is starting to dry a bit, but it's not dry. And what I'm going to do is to just activate it. I'm just going to huff, put some of my breath just to loosen the ink a bit. So forgive me. You perhaps had some heavy breathing there. And then I'm just going to pop it down on my card. Just hold it steady for a few minutes just to allow the ink to transfer. There. And this is what's known as a distinctive stamp, which means that when it's manufactured, it's done at different levels, so you get different strengths of ink coming up. So that is what it's supposed to look like. Then we've got a couple of dragonflies. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to use the green for his body and the blue for the wings. Like that. Lovely. Huff on it again. And then I'm just going to pop it there, just like he's flying in on that flower. Now I've also got another one. So I thought, well, let's put this inside the card. So maybe this time I'll give him green wings. Like that, and a blue body. There we are. And just huff on it again. And we can have him hovering toward the bottom there. All right. So just to assemble the card, I'm going to attach the stamped piece to the blue piece with some adhesive. And it's cut a bit larger, and I thought I would do an offset here like this. And I'm going to do an offset here like this. So kind of, instead of centering everything up, I have a tendency to do that. It's my engineering background. And then we've got this lovely ribbon. So this is Night of Navy, and look, it's got glitter in it, so it's right up my street. Perfect. So I'm going to attach it top and bottom like this. Just a little bit of sticky tape like that and like that. And that just holds it in place. I have a fear of when someone gets my card, it's going to fall apart. So I'm always really careful about my adhesives. Then we go and plonk some sticky, double-sided sticky pads, Stampin' Dimensionals on there as well, like that, and get those backs off. Just pop the nail in and it'll make the edges curl. And I'm going to pop that, as I said, I'm going to put it off center like that, and I'm going to add a bow. So we're going to pop this, I use the rabbit ear technique, and I do have a video where I sort of make it slowly several times, so if you're interested you can find that on my channel. It's called Mastering Ribbon. I've got a series of ribbon techniques that I've done over the years. Let's just pull that down a tiny bit, even it up, trim it off, and then we're just going to use a glue dot and pop it in the center of the knot, and then decide, I don't obviously want to lose my dragonfly, so I think I'm going to pop it there, and that has actually stuck through the ribbon, so it's attached itself to the card. I'm going to put our liner to write your to you, love from me. Like that. Just pop that in the center. And then my final flourish are these Regal foiled adhesive dots. And I've used these on some other cards, but this green is in there, and then this is Blackberry Bliss, and I'm not quite sure what those two are, but I'm sure I'll discover at some point. And they've got gold in them as well, so it's picked out from the ribbon beautifully. So we'll just put a few dotted around. Let's see, why aren't you? There you go. That's it. I got a bit too much putty on the end there. And maybe we'll pop one. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Pop one there. And there we are. So there's our card. I'm going to bring just slightly down a bit more so you can see it. So we've used some basic techniques. We've done some tone on tone stamping. We have used our markers to ink up to do 2 color on 1 stamps. Well, if you've enjoyed this one, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. The details of this card will be on my blog, so if you look below you'll see a link to that blog post, take you right there, and you'll be able to create it for yourself. And if you have any comments, questions, you can always pop those below as well. I'd just like to say thank you very much for choosing to spend a little time with me today, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.